Welcome to the Javier Mendez podcast. We are back after an exciting weekend of press conferences with Khabib. And Javier got to go to Vegas, watch the fights. One killer fight, one didn't turn out to fans' expectations, I think, but styles make fights. How was your weekend, Jav?
It was good. Good fights, except the main event. Main event was snoring, boring. And it takes two to tango. You have one guy that came in, played possum, what he normally does, and strikes ever so often. You had another guy that was really intelligent, realizing that he ain't gonna fall to any one of those traps. So he had to pick his shots, figure out where the openings were, and that's what happened. Romero never opened up. He does what he normally does. He actually was more in his shell for this one than he was normally. Normally he's a little bit more out, trying to, get the W in more of the other fights that I've seen him with. And this one here, he was a little bit more cautious. And Adesanya, on his part, started picking it up as he's starting to figure it out where his openings were. But regardless, it was a boring-ass fight. Like I said, it takes two to tango, and it was a boring fight. I mean, I don't think anybody is going to say, oh, it was a great fight, because it wasn't. Even the fighters themselves probably think it's a boring fight, and they probably wish that each one of them could have done a little bit more. But I could tell you what I was really impressed with is that Adesanya, as he's moving, you can actually see the damn punches coming at him. He's evading them right in like midstream, man. I'm going, wow, man, this guy's got some hella reflexes, man. Amazing.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I was really impressed with that from him. And Romero, for his part, I just don't know how one of the greatest wrestlers that ever entered the octagon is wrestling is non-extinct. It's like, you're known to be an Olympic level wrestler, and from what I hear, he gave away the gold, in one of the Olympics he was in that he should have won it. One of the greatest wrestlers didn't use wrestling. I don't know how you do that.
I was watching the post-fight presser. Romero was speaking in Spanish, Cuban style. I understood a bit of it. He was saying, chasing la fantasma, chasing the ghost. And that was his expression on Israel's style of being evasive. And he's like, I'm an old man. I'm trying to fight a track star. I mean, that's, of course, everyone's going to put their spin on it. I'm not buying everything that's being sold, but he felt like he wanted the guy to fight him his way, and Izzy wanted to fight him his way. And that's what happened with that situation. They didn't just, didn't appeal to the fans. Izzy got the win, kept his belt. But the women's fight was impressive, extremely impressive. Do you see that one too?
No, that was a great fight, man. It's back and forth. It was so close. At the end of that fight, I was like, whoever won, I don't know who it was. I was like, man, what a great fight. What a great fight. I didn't know. I wasn't disappointed with whoever won that fight. I thought the right person won the fight, but that was a really great fight.
Yeah, it was close. Those women put on a show. They were battering the hell out of each other. So the press conference, I released your video. People saw what it's like to go through that. I'm sure that's a lot of stress, dealing with face-offs and stare-downs and your fighter and all that crowd. What's that experience like as a coach? You're filming from the side of the stage.
Well, before the fight, for the fight, I'm still in fight mode. No, before the press conference, I was with Khabib. We're talking about that Tony has been pretty quiet for the most part, and that probably I don't know what to expect anything. And I told Khabib, well, you're fine with any trash talking. So if that happens, you'll be able to adjust and go accordingly. And you can see little things Khabib did, like kick the belt on purpose just to rile him up, and they were pressing each other's buttons and just having fun with it, and but that's what happened. Tony was, being Tony, and I mean, he was comical, and then, but he's there for business, and he created a show, and they both did, it's they both had some good lines, and I liked it. It was good. I'm sure the fans got something out of that, and they're looking forward to the fight.
It only helps the ratings. Nobody's losing that situation, but I heard, was it Chael Sonnen's dialogue on it? I'll call it the monologue because it's a one guy thing, but it was hilarious. I mean, the way he had it going to me, he's like, here's a guy that shows up in some strange gloves with a baseball and like a sword or something. I don't know, something. I forget what prop it was. And he's here and he has these gloves that were like some kind of Assassin's Creed gloves. I might be exaggerating, but something out there. And then he's just looking for anything he could find on Khabib to throw at him, like trying to devalue him. I mean, you can't devalue the greatest. You can try. You can make drama. It's fun, you know.
Well, he created drama. He didn't. He tried to get underneath Habib's skin, and of course, it didn't work. And Khabib had fun with it. You know, that's basically what happened. It's just he tried and he had fun with it, and I think the fans had little interesting look at the what was going on. I was trying to figure out what Tony was doing, and to be honest with you, I couldn't figure out what the hell he was doing. It was just he was all over the place. So I don't know. It's like what's next? What's he gonna do next? But he was a true professional in the end. He didn't do anything that was out of the ordinary, non-professional. As far as starting trouble, he didn't do anything like that. So he was very professional from that aspect. Just didn't know what he was gonna do next.
Yeah. He made some quotes. Someone said he's been listening to our podcast. So, hi, Tony. Hope you're having a great day, man. We're having a good one over here, too, over here at AKA. And I don't know what you're going to get out of me and Hav. There's not too much, except you could buy a T-shirt if you want. That's what I'm thinking.
Straight out of AKA.
You can buy some AKA T-shirts if you want.
Yeah. Why not? We locked you in the AKA room.
I'm over here at the store today. I'm podcasting out of the store. I interviewed a couple of fans of the podcast and of AKA outside today. I'll put that up later. But it was cool to get their perspective. They really like what you've got to say, Jav. You give it to them straight. And that's all people want. They don't want it dramatized like a broadcaster. They just want to hear it from the coach as it is. So you got 3 fighters going in on the same card. Is that always easier or harder? I mean, last time you said it was a little tough when you had all 3 guys on the same card, maybe because it was in, Abu Dhabi and the expectations and their culture was there. I mean, you think that had a factor?
No, it had 0 factor in what I had to do. What was a factor, huge factor, was his father was there, which made it much easier for me because his father is a presence in itself. And everybody knows, the line of what you do when his father's there. So it was great, having his father there. So his father won't be around on this one. I hope he is around, but right now I'm getting no. But hopefully things change and he's able to get his visa and he's able to come because he needs to be there. As far as I'm concerned, his father is the number 1 person that should be there in his son's corner because he's been there through his whole life for his son. And I've got to share more corners, I believe, than his father has with him. And it should be the other way around. His father should be in his corner more than anybody. And because that's who his real trainer is, but as far as me getting ready for this next one in New York, it's gonna be tough, because you want to make sure everybody comes off successful and everybody wins because Khabib's gonna be watching whether I like it or not. He's gonna be focused on his training partners and his those are his boys, so. He's going to be concerned. He's going to be watching for them. He's going to make sure that they're okay. And if they come out victorious, he's going to be pumped up. If something happens, which I don't see that happening, but it could mess him up. It could mess up his training mental, and how he approaches the fight and how fast he gets ready. So it could affect the outcome on how he gets ready. The last time I know it did, because when he went with Dustin, he was a little off. And I'm looking at him, hey, are you okay? He goes, yeah, coach, everything's fine. And I knew it wasn't. Because the routine is the routine, and when you change the routine, there's a reason why the routine got changed, and his routine changed is because he was concerned about his fellow, family, fighting. And now we got the same scenario again. We got Islam fighting. Now we got Umar, his cousin fighting. So, and they all have tough fights. So we'll see how he handles it. But I'm pretty confident that both Islam and Umar are going to come out victorious. And that leaves Khabib with a great opportunity to go out and showcase his what he does best.
I mean, you've done this before in Strikeforce. You had a sweep one time. I think it was like DC, Rockhold, and Mike Kyle or something. I think that might have been the trio all in one night. Like you did 3 guys, same card, all winners. I mean, you've done this before. It's tough to do, but you've accomplished it. It's like getting ready for 3 champions to race in 3 different races, you know?
No, we've done more than 3. We've done. I mean, everybody does. All big gyms have done that. That's no big deal. It's not a big feat. You know, that's something so many damn gyms can claim that they do. So that ain't nothing. I mean, what is something is creating many champions. You know, and the UFC and of course, you know, Bellator or ONE FC, you know, or PFL. I mean, creating champions in those leagues, that's something. You know, but creating with 4 or 5 with your fighters win in a card, that's nothing. That's no big deal.
Well, other leagues, I was just talking to somebody in the lobby after I was doing some filming today for the camp. And somebody was telling me they're fighting on the Bellator card, one of your fighters. And he was telling me that Mousasi is fighting, I think, the middleweight champ or I can't think of the guy's name. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No?
No.
Well, we'll have to
The
make
middleweight Bellator champ?
Yeah. Well, the guy that just beat MVP.
Oh,
Yep. Hang on. Let's see, guys.
Diego?
I'll tell you.
Is it the 2 brothers, right?
He's like Brazilian, and he's just a
This-
stud. I think he'd do great in the UFC. This guy. I'll tell you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, Bader versus Nemkov card that's coming up. Gegard Mousasi is fighting Douglas Lima. That's who it was.
Lima.
Yeah.
You messed me up on that one. I was thinking Silva?
See, that makes us look more natural because we didn't have the instant answer, like a couple of perfect.
Yeah, you screwed me up on that one, dude. I was like going, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay. I mean, have you watched
Douglas Lima. Yeah, that Douglas Lima is a legit dude. Very good everywhere. You know, good everywhere.
They both are. They both are. I think Lima's explosive as all hell. I think the fight
Is he kind of like on the little side, maybe? A little smaller? I think Musashi's pretty big compared to him, I think.
He's pretty damn sturdy, man. He's sturdy.
Musashi just strikes me as a bigger guy, you know, because I think Musashi's fought at light heavyweight. I don't think Lima's fought that heavy. I think 185, maybe the most. What is he, 185 now?
Yeah, they're not going to fight it heavy. I think it might be welterweight or let me double check what they're fighting.
That's what I mean. Lima's never fought,
yeah,
you know, past 185, I don't think.
Yeah, so
Whereas Musashi's fought at light heavyweight. Did he even fight a heavyweight, Musashi? Shit. Guy fights everything.
He has. He's fought everything. He's fearless, man.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And
should be interesting fight.
Nice guy. Well, maybe Musasi's coming down to welter. It doesn't really say, but he is a welterweight. That guy's a stud. And you know,
I can't see him going to welter. I've never seen him at welter. Have we?
Maybe Lima's coming up to middleweight. Maybe that's what it is.
Because I've only seen, I think 185. You know, is what I've seen him go.
Yeah,
he's a big guy. You know, Lima's big for welterweight, but not for a middleweight.
Yeah,
and definitely not a light heavyweight. Definitely not.
I personally
think... snore like I did. Like what the hell? It's like I clean my nose. Like,
well, I mean, you made it through the press conference. How was? Did you go to Ali's press conference for Dominance MMA?
Yeah, incredible. Ali, man, what a wow. That guy's the man. That guy, his guys love him. They all love him, you know, and he's an incredible, you know, manager. He cares about all these guys. Seems to be they all have the same feeling about him, that he cares about them personally, not only cares about his big guys, he cares about every one of his guys. He gives them all the mutual respect. But he's the first one too, though. He get on your ass too if you get out of line. He ain't slipping a beat. You know, you mess up with him, he's on you. You don't mess around. But when it comes to doing the right things and taking care of his guys, he's top. He's the top. He's best.
Well, I mean, Khabib made a claim at the press conference that he could probably beat up a lot of the fighters out there. I was watching him train today. Pretty damn good. The guy likes to
What
fight.
happened to you?
I'm here.
You froze. Your face is frozen.
No, that must have been the internet.
Hello, unfreeze your face. Freeze, 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 freeze. Unfreeze, freeze. What are you doing?
It's the internet connection. I don't know.
Where you at?
Somebody downloaded a video.
You're frozen. Am I frozen?
This is the Bert and Ernie show, I guess. You know.
Why is it always that your face is so different? And do I look different?
I'm me.
No, because when you go forward back, you look so like this. I don't know. It's like not clear. When you get too close, you look stupid. So you'll be
okay. Okay. I want to look more intelligent. I'll get way back here, Hob.
No, you don't look too intelligent there either.
Well, I tried. I'll get a scholar.
I don't know why something follows you all the time. I don't know. Because I look at myself up there and it looks somewhat clear, but I don't know.
It's okay. It's a good connection. It'll be in HD. People will wonder, what was that segment about? The freeze frame, throw you off. That's okay, because we're human. We're not perfect. We're not professional broadcasters. Just a couple of guys that love MMA. A coach and a cameraman. Yeah.
Are you a cameraman?
I am. I definitely
then fix a goddamn camera.
Not a computer cameraman.
You're not too good at that. You're a cameraman because you ain't fix your damn face.
Hey, Hob, I went and finally got my internet upgraded to do clearer videos at home. I bought a light and everything. This is impromptu. I'm in your store. If people want T-shirts, go to AmericanKickboxingAcademy.com.
Well, the T-shirts come out cleaner than you do.
Yeah, they do.
What the hell? No, they don't. That one in the middle right there doesn't come out too clean. Yeah.
This is going to go into our bloopers reel, and I'm going to put it up there anyways, guys.
It's so blooper.
We got so many damn cool videos coming up. I can only release certain things. You know, maybe Tony can watch Khabib do some more push-ups is what I'm thinking, since he watches all these videos. Maybe I'll find something where he's, maybe doing some jumping jacks next time. That'll probably be my next thing.
Hey, Tony ain't gonna get nothing from these videos that's gonna help him. We're not stupid enough to give anything. Just like if I try to watch their stuff, I ain't getting nothing. They're not gonna give anything away. They're a good camp over there. They know what they're doing. They're not gonna give anything out. He makes it a very entertaining fight. It's the must-see fight of the year, and just cross our fingers that the corona, doesn't get any worse, and hopefully we find a cure for it, and the epidemic that's potentially there doesn't ever happen, because if it does, man, they're shutting up so many things now. They shut the Arnold Classic. That got shut down. How many other places have been shut down? Quite a few. And they talked to Dana about the chances of New York being shut down because of the coronavirus, and he said absolutely not. But that's him saying that. That's him wishing that. That's not him having the power to continue with the show. Sometimes the power that be are not in his control. And I just knock it on wood. That doesn't happen.
Maybe they can hold it in Antarctica or somewhere, where there's no population.
Yeah, but they have to have enough time. Well, they've done it before. They did it with John Jones, and they switched. Remember, that John Jones went from Vegas to Los Angeles. So it is possible that they can do that if it comes to that. And would they do that? I don't know. They've done it before. I guess it could happen again. And my hope is that they both get to fight. This is the 5th time, and my God, if this happened, that would be something horrific. First of all, the virus itself is horrific for so many people. So many people lost their lives, which is a tragedy in itself. And you don't want anybody to, have that, that illness. And especially the way it transfers over, pretty quick. So hopefully we find something soon.
Yeah, it starts off as the virus, and then you're like, okay, oh, well, hopefully I can go to the Super Bowl, or hopefully I can go to the fight. And all of a sudden, like, wow, I better protect myself. There's some wicked evil action as far as this cold.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked. From I think too, with the action that people are taking is creating, for me to think it must be really serious, because look what's happening. I've never in my life been involved where I see shows get shut down because of this. Never. I've never been involved in that. And this is the first time ever I've seen a worldwide shutdown. Shipping, airlines, quarantine, this, that. I mean, so much is going on. The stock market plummeting like crazy, and Bitcoin's going up, Bitcoin's going down, Bitcoin's going back up. I mean, it's crazy what's going on, So I don't know. I just hope that we get a handle on it soon. Eventually, we will. It's just when and how much damage does it do, until it happens. And I'm just kind of wishing and hoping, and praying that it ends soon.
Yeah, it's I just want the world to be healthier on that coronavirus tip. I mean, it's sad it's taken all these lives. It's a horrible thing.
Yeah, but at the same time too, right? If you look at this statistics, right? They say first it was like 2% that get afflicted die, and now it's like more like 3%. And I don't know which is correct. 2%, 3% is right in the middle. So, I mean, the common flu I think kills more or has killed more, but this is brand new. So, this is something that I guess spreads quicker, and a lot of people get affected really quick with this. So, I guess that's the craziness of it, But I guess it's been affecting the elderly, right? And then some of the ones that have respiratory problems, I guess, that's who's getting affected.
COPD patients, people that have breathing problems, possibly asthmatics. I don't know. That would make a correlation for me. You can try to protect yourself, but if it's your time, it's your time, unfortunately. And it's just spooky. It's just going out there. It's affecting businesses. I mean, I'm sure if we looked at maps of the common flu killing people, it would look just as scary if we highlighted it in red.
I bet you it's more. I bet you it's more. The common flu is killed way more, but it's the fact that we've been with the common flu forever, and it's been afflicting people forever, and it's been killing people forever. But how much? I wonder if they do a statistics of what the common flu has been killing yearly, and compared that to the coronavirus is potentially able to do. I don't know. I think if I'm correct, the coronavirus is literally can take millions of lives a year. Millions, not one, not two, more than that. If everybody is getting afflicted the way at the rate it's going, it can affect millions.
I'm going to look it up right now. Coronavirus versus common flu. Okay, let's see what we come up with. How does the corona compare with the flu? Probably the speed that it's spreading, right?
That's what I'm talking about. Not the actual getting the flu, but the actual spreading of it is what the danger part, I think, is more than anything.
Yeah. I mean, you can skew statistics any way you want to. It is scary. It is bad. It is spreading. It is taking people out, and it is easily transferable. And that's the worst part about it.
That's the part, right? It's the easily transferable. It's not the damage it does once you get it, because I think the common flu does just about the same. Who knows? I mean, you got to look at the statistics to see, but it's the way it's spreading, right? The way, I mean, and then I hear people saying that all the water's out, all the toilet paper's out, and everywhere they go, all the hand sanitizers out. I mean, this is big business for some people in the in the industry, this coronavirus, and this paper companies and water companies and hand sanitizers are killing it.
End of the world preppers are probably getting mad hits on their websites. You want to sponsor us? Hit us up. That's some heavy stuff. Last note I'll leave with was a recap on Khabib talking about potentially fighting Mayweather with the 11 rounds and then finishing with the boxing. We talked about it before, but that'll be a great match. I think if he could survive the 11 rounds and then maul him at the end, that would be enticing. I don't think
that would be incredible. Surviving 11 rounds and then coming out and finishing him, because he's only going to need 1 minute or 2 minutes or less to finish him. So it's not a matter of when he gets his turn, he'll finish him. It's a matter of, can he get to that? That's I find that very compelling for anybody to go with one of the greatest of all time and then survive, and then you get to do what you do, and you're kind of one of the greatest of all time in your field, and see who would win. That's interesting. I mean, obviously you couldn't do it the other way around. You couldn't go one round of Khabib, then if Mayweather survives, than 11 rounds of boxing because he's not going to survive. Everybody knows that. That's impossible. That won't happen. But the other way around, that makes it very interesting.
Yeah, it's he's offering him all the odds in his favor that way. The most odds he could possibly have. You are a world champion boxer. Come at it. You have 11 rounds to do your job, but don't get to the 12th because there's a bonus in it for you, right?
Yeah, the bonus is you lose. I mean, it's a great concept. I don't know, but I don't really. I know Khabib's interested in that, but I'm not in the knowing if there's anything other than it's been talks. There in the past, there was serious talks, but right now, I'm not sure if there's anything serious other than negotiations. Maybe Abu Dhabi, I know would probably want something like that.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi would finance their own version of it. Hey, we'll just do it. We want one. But I look at this whole situation and I still see people talking like he's still trying to get to Conor because he knows Conor has the following. Khabib, though, coming off a win could change that. Like, people try to ride the wave wherever it's at the peak. Like, I'll go with you. You have the most hits right now. That's what they do.
I think that the biggest hit, either one for Mayweather is going to work. I think Khabib, he makes more, especially with that one, the 11 rounds and 1 round MMA, the last round. Or let's say I would favor it. I go 4 rounds boxing, 1 round MMA. Of course, we know we'll make that
3 rounds, whatever.
Yeah, 3 rounds, 3-1. Yeah. Yeah. Or even favor even more, 1-1. Okay, you get 1 round of boxing, we get 1, and that's it.
Man, how's it been working with Umar and Islam? I haven't given them enough press. I know it's been Khabib camp, but they're here too, and they're here whooping ass. They look amazing. How do you like the way their camp's coming along?
Great. Umar is always improving, always getting better. His grappling's always getting better. He's maturing. This is his time to come and shine. I think he could have been here last year, but Khabib wanted to make sure that he was ready because getting into the UFC isn't the problem. Staying in the UFC is the problem, and Khabib knows that. So he wanted to make sure that Umar is here to stay, and he's here to stay. So, expect a great performance from him against a really tough guy. And then Islam, of course, he's 18-1, great record. Fighting another guy that Alex Hernandez, who's really, really good. A lot of pressure. So you expect a good fight, and Islam's ready. Islam's ready for a lower level guy than Alex, but Alex is who it is. And, not to say that it's an easy fight. It's not. Alex is a very tough fight, and Islam better be on his, be fully prepared and concentrated on Alex because anybody that's in the UFC, they can beat you. So you can't let your guard down no matter who it is in the UFC because anybody they put in front of you can beat you. And these guys know that. Umar knows that. Islam knows that. And Khabib especially knows that. So, Khabib's got the biggest challenge in front of him and Tony, and he knows it. And that's why he wants Tony because Tony poses a hell of a challenge. And if you're a real champion, you want to fight the best. And Tony is the best right now. And the contenders are out there. Tony's the best.
Yeah. He this reminds me of some kind of Karate Kid movie, like he's playing the bad guy. But he's a great fighter. No hate on Tony. Does a great job. We've heard the Eddie Bravo sales pitch. You better watch out. You better not cry. He's coming to get you. We're like, okay, back to training. See you on April 18th, right? That's how it works.
Well, yeah, it's like, hey, sell the fight, you better watch out. You better not cry, la, 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 and he's right. You better watch out. Khabib better watch out, and guess what? Tony better watch out too. So it's one of those, you give me, I give you. You give me, I give you. Yeah. You give me this, I take that. I take that, you take this, or you try to take that. It's going to be back and forth. It's not going to be one of those easy fights. Anybody that thinks this is an easy fight on either side, you're smoking. It ain't going to be easy for us, and it ain't going to be easy for them. I say we're going to win. They say they're going to win. We'll see what happens, and so far, my guys never lost. Their guys lost, but we'll see what happens. 12-0 versus 12-0, and, great fighters, both. One destined to be the greatest, and I believe it's my guy.
It's amazing. I think part of our podcast here is to give reassurance to you fans, and thank you for all you 4,000 subscribers by the time I release this video. We would love to see 10, or how many subscribers do we want by next week?
Million. A million would do.
Million would do?
A million. I want 1 million subscribers by, you know what, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 1 million
subscribers. That would make us pretty popular. We could have a cooking show on here. I'm kidding. We can do whatever we want.
You think you can do whatever you want? We have a million subscribers, yeah?
Pretty much.
Well, okay, well then 1 million. In a week.
I mean, the nice thing is we haven't really been pushing anything at people yet. We've been just raw, the real content.
We haven't pushing anything with the AK shirts all behind you?
Yeah, this is subliminal. This is my subliminal sales pitch.
Oh, I got it.
I had to wait for Joanna to set up the website properly before I tell you guys about a special thing that Jav and I came up with, where you're going to want to get one of these shirts no matter what shirt it is, because they might be signed by the champ, but we're not going to tell you to go yet. So you better watch out. It's AmericanKickboxingAcademy.com. You can look at what's for sale on the sites, but I'm not telling you to buy it yet because we still have to make sure it's all good. Maybe next podcast will give you the green light. And Javier might even sign it, you know?
They don't want me to sign it. The hell they want me to sign it for? I'm not worth nothing. But I think they should buy anyways. Why wait for what's especially stored? Just like buy now if you want them. They're available.
Yeah.
You're not a good salesman.
Hey.
You're not a good salesman. I thought you were good. You said you can sell anything. Well, you're trying not to sell it, stuff right now. What's the matter with you?
I'm trying to not sell.
Straight out of San Jose. Sell, buy. Sell, buy. If you guys buy, Khabib's going to sign some shirts and we'll give some out to special people that I don't know what your genius is doing, but you're doing something where some people are going to get, 3 shirts you're going to give away?
3, I don't know, you decide. 3 to 5, we'll put them in that 100. We're not going to specifically pick a guy or gal out, whoever orders the shirt, but they will end up with a Khabib shirt. Well, it will be any one of these shirts you want, signed by Khabib. And guess what? If you bought the DC shirt, you might end up with Khabib signing it anyways. But we'll try to get DC to sign that one too, if we're going to send you that. But if you do get it, if you are one of the lucky 100 people to go to AmericanKickboxingAcademy.com, guess what? Send us an email back at akafanquestions@gmail.com, and we'll give you a shout out on the show. You're going to show up your picture, give us a photo. We'll even post you on Javier's Instagram, which has got 350,000 people.
And you'll have, 4,000 people get to view you on
You'll get 4,000 subscribers. You'll become famous with your T-shirt.
Well, with 4,000 people, oh my God, you're so famous. That's like your whole high school knowing you.
Hey, man, you're somebody now. You're in the phone book. That's all I can say.
Yeah, okay.
But it's fun. It's a fun idea. Let's
get to 1 million. I want 1 million.
A million subscribers. We're going to stay on here like a telethon and not get off this podcast till we have 1 million subscribers.
Well, that ain't going to work, but let's try to get 1 million, okay?
We will. Hey, everybody, Thank you for subscribing. Great videos. More coming this week. Lots of behind-the-scenes stuff. More Javier's inside secrets and whatever I think I'm perceiving out here. Thanks for subscribing.
All right, bye.
Okay.